All right, Facebook. What's up, world? How's everybody doing? It's your girl Jazzy Red, and we're here for another week of But Have You Tried It For Yourself? I'm here with my co-host, Yellow Baby, and I hope y'all are ready for another week. We've off to a good start today because it's raining, so that means we got more people inside tonight, more people looking at their phones, ready to hear some good conversation, possibly help you on your dating, possibly help you in your relationship that you're currently in, even a marriage, or maybe just have some insights so when you do decide to start back dating, you kind of know which way you what angle you want to go. 'Cause a lot of times we don't look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? We're so busy constructing other people on the other side that we forget, what we're putting out in the energy, and we don't really like looking in the mirror. We don't like to see what's really coming back that boomerang. So I hope everybody had a good week. Like I said, how was your week?
It's fine.
It was fine, pretty good. Like I said, today's rainy. It's been pretty cloudy here in Dallas the past couple of days. So normally on these kind of weekends, everybody's pretty much in, booed up. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to start no issues, y'all. We want to help y'all connect this weekend, so to say. So kids are about to start graduating. Let me start there. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations to all my fellow parents of graduates. It's that time. It's that time, not just for graduates, but people my age have kids that are graduating. You know what I'm saying? That's when I'm like, dang, we really that old. I remember when, we carried that baby. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like, wow, like maybe we really are we're getting up there. You know what I'm saying? So, congratulations to all my Facebook family and friends that do have children or a child that is graduating in 2021.
Or the people graduating college.
Let me get there. I can only see, she always do this to me. I can only congratulate one entity at a time. Let me give the first people their flowers. Let me give my people.
The high school graduates.
Not just the high school, because it's more linked to people who we know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So let me get them their flowers first. Gee, God, me. Like I was saying, so all my Facebook family and friends that I know or don't know of that do have graduates that are graduating from high school this May or June, I just want to give you guys a hats off and say congratulations. Say job well done. I know it's not easy as a parent myself, and I know it's very it's a task, to try to save up and get to this point. It's starting to become emotional and things like that. So I just want to tell all of you, job well done. Now, for Pampering Sally over here, who just had to come just rain on my parade. Let's also congratulate those who are graduating online from colleges, from other trade schools. I don't think they're having face-to-face graduations just yet. So let me just congratulate you guys as well on your achievements. Those adults who have gone back to school, who have gone back to complete a trade or some type of degree, or if you're just going to get your GED, I just want to congratulate you guys as well. Moving along. So, the topic today is talking about what you won't do. Will anybody else really do it? The saying we love to say, we quick to tell somebody that we're talking to, that's okay, don't worry about it. If you're not going to do it, somebody else will. So, I tried to flip that a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because we quick to say it, but can we really go find somebody else that's going to do what this other person is not doing for us? Do you think so? I don't think it's every case. I think sometimes it's easier to say, well, since you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna find somebody else. But what are we asking of this person? Is it something that nobody will do? Is it something that maybe it's us? Maybe we're causing the issue, or maybe it's something that's far fetched or something of that nature. So would we be willing to do it? Are we giving it to that person? Are we asking for something from them that we're not willing to give ourselves? You know what I'm saying? What you think?
Yeah. It just, like you said, it just kind of depends because somebody can just ask for more emotional attachment,
Right.
Not necessarily financial, or just, hey, could you be home more? Little things like that. Okay, so you don't want to come home? Well, maybe I get a man that will come home.
They will
Or
stay
maybe
home,
a woman that will stay home, that will cook. Oh, you don't want to cook? You don't want to clean? Well, I'll find a woman who will cook and who will clean. So it just depends. But if you want somebody, oh, he gotta give me a ranch and build me a house, and I gotta, yeah, like that's different. That's different. You gotta spoil me. You gotta buy me bags and all that stuff. That's different.
I agree. Breaking down, okay, so let's go back with the first part you said when you talked about, things like time, being attentive. Those are things that I think anyone can achieve. If you were to step out and be like, okay, you know what, don't worry about it. But we have to be careful with that. I think we talked about this a couple of shows back where we talked about, like the co-workers, those listening ears. You have some people, men and women, that are on the rebound waiting for those type of conversations. They're waiting for you to bring those kind of conversations to them about everything that's going wrong in your current your relationship. They have a solution. They have a solution. No matter what you say, no matter what you bring to them, they got a solution for it. Those listening ears are waiting. You know what I'm saying? And those people
hoping that it don't.
I'm trying to think of a word for those people. Vultures. We got to be aware of the vultures because they're real and they're looking to see your relationship fail so they can get in when they fit in. And a lot of times those people are face of the Gemini. They have two faces. And they'll show you the first side of themselves, which is what you want to see. They're going to everything that you told them, because you done told them what you're looking for. You done already laced it out and told them what you want and what's going to satisfy you. So they're going to paint themselves that way. Their imagery is going to change just to fit that description. So you got to be careful when you meet people, and they always say, well, what do you like? What are your likes and your dislikes? Mm-hmm. Be creative in how you give that to them because they'll use that to their advantage. You know what I'm saying? You're meeting them, so now they're able to say, okay, well, he likes this, so I'm going to make sure this is what I give him. So it may not always be natural. Sometimes it can be attentive. You have to know the difference between somebody being attentive to the things that you're asking of them and those who have an intent or a motive. That makes sense. Because some people are doing things for you because they have a motive. Their intentions, opportunity, absolutely. So, yeah, I agree. So, with that being said, we have to be aware of the vultures. We have to be aware of those type of people that are those listening ears that like Usher say, you was that friend that I always wanted to give you. I always knew what was going on. You was like my best friend. You make me want her. So we gotta be careful about that. I think that can be a problem. But as far as it could be our attitude. It could be the way that we're asking a guy to do something for us. That could be an issue. If we're stepping to them and, I learned that to me, I get more results when I don't throw it all out there at one time. You know what I'm saying? Because a man is a process. Okay? Now this is speaking from my point of view. I don't know how I'll get to the men, but I can't say the whole man thing because I haven't walked through that side. But for me, if I don't throw everything out at a man, because a man is a work in progress, he tends to give me what I need. That makes sense. So say, for example, let me just focus on this one thing right now. We really got to work on communication. But if I'm not just throwing it at him and nagging him like, we don't never communicate and we don't never this and we don't never that, and I actually wait till we're having a good time, a good moment. But it's not one. Men hate when they're laying and cuddling, and that's when you want to talk. Yeah. And that not just so we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? They like, dang, why do you always ruin that perfect moment by wanting to talk? So I wait. I do it in another time. We playing dominoes. You know what I'm saying? We playing dominoes. We playing cards. We playing the game. You know what? So you remember that time when we was so yeah. So that's how I bring up the conversation because you're in your comfort zone. And you there's no issue between us. There's no bad vibes. So really, there's no reason for you to take it to a bad vibe because I didn't present it to you that way. I gave it to you in a calm environment because I just want to talk. So how you deliver it to them sometimes can impact the result. That makes sense. When you are picking at a scab, or if a man feels like you're asking the same question multiple ways, you're not gonna get no results. You're not gonna get any results because he feels like you're trying to get at. There's an angle. There's an angle that you're trying to get at with him. There's something that you're trying to pick out of him that he may have on reserve. So again, we have to be careful. Be direct. Men ain't gonna be direct, ladies, but we gotta be direct. I'm gonna say that again. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna beat around the bush. They're gonna paint whatever they can to give it to you a little bit of time. But when we do it and we're straight, direct, and forward with them, it changes the environment because now you laid it out and you let him know there's no gray area. This is what I want. You're either gonna do it or you're not, right? So Be direct. Quit beating around the bush. Quit always being so quick to play these games. When I say that, these mental games that we play, when we try to give a little bit out there to see what they gonna do and then reel them back in. Because sometimes you gonna let him go out, he gonna keep swimming. He ain't coming back. You ain't gonna be able to catch him back. So you gotta be careful. And even threatening your opposite, whether it's the female or the male, threatening them and saying, "Oh, well, what you gonna do, somebody else will." That right there alone is really
a trigger.
Whew, a trigger. That's loading up. You loading up and getting ready. You setting the war. Because one person in their right mind is gonna sit there and just be like, "All right, cool. Go ahead." They may say that, but there's something coming with it. Just know that there's something coming with it. Like, those are fighting words to me. What you think?
Oh, that's most definitely fighting words. Now I got to get you.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Oh, that's how you feel. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm start getting super.
Yeah, you're right.
You can go today.
Right.
You ain't gotta wait.
Right. Is that a threat?
Let me show you. Shoot.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, give me these shoes.
Give me this.
Bad. Take that out that suitcase.
Yeah, most definitely trigger words.
Trigger words.
Yeah. You don't want to do that, but a lot of people get mad and upset and in the heat of the moment and just start saying anything, start blurting anything, hurting feelings, you know, being inconsiderate, and then they go back like, "Dang, I ain't mean to say that. I ain't mean to, you know, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry, baby." You know. Yeah. So it just, you have to watch your tongue when you in, you know.
So when you want something, how do you ask for it?
I don't ask.
Wait.
I don't ask for nothing. I don't ask nobody for nothing.
No. I'm not talking about nobody. When you're with someone in a relationship and you want something from them, whether it's money, whether it's, "Hey, babe, we need to talk. I want us to work on this." How do you approach that situation? How do you engage your spouse or your mate to come to you so that you can have a conversation with them about something?
Can we pass?
No,
I'm not in that mindset. I haven't
Okay,
did that
give you a couple
years.
seconds. Okay, so give you a couple seconds. You're a woman.
It don't matter.
So,
I'm not doing
so
it.
even
I'm not in that
even
situation.
if you haven't done it, you've been in that situation once before, or even you're a woman, so I can relate. You done sat back and thought about things, even with the people that you have engaged with near or recent or in the past. When things didn't go your way, and you think back how you would have done it differently, maybe you had got different results. Your mind is starting to wonder. So you played this scenario out before in your head, even though you may not be going through it all the time. So I ask again, in your case, if you were dating someone and you needed to get their attention, what would be your way of doing it to where it wouldn't cause conflict?
Get their attention?
When I say get their attention, I need to have a conversation with you. But I know maybe right now he may not want to talk, or you know what I'm saying? Oh, every time I try to talk to him, it goes this way. This is your mindset before you approach the person. So with that being said, how would you go and get your mate or your spouse to come and sit with you and say, "Hey, I gotta talk"? What would you do? I'm coming after this. I just want to see what you say.
We need to talk. I mean, I'm not even in that world no more. So I can't.
That's an excuse. That's really you just. That's really.
And to be honest with you, I'm into myself. Like, I wouldn't. I'm gone. Like, I'm not gonna deal with it.
But I didn't say if the issue was big to where it would require you to step out.
I would just disappear. I'm ghost.
So you don't try to work out problems.
No. For what?
Because I didn't say what type of issue it was. It could be something so minor that just requires a conversation. Everything doesn't mean you have to walk away from somebody.
But I'm not. I shouldn't have to point out stuff. And if I.
But it's not about pointing out. Again, you're see, that's the thing. When you're getting to know someone, they're not a psychic. They can't read your mind. They don't know what's in your head. They don't know your thoughts. And they're learning that. They're learning your mannerisms. They're learning your character. They're learning what makes you happy, what makes you smile when you're really there. Well, that way when they can look at you, they can tell, even though she's telling me she's okay, I can see all in her that something's wrong. Her face is telling me that. Her body language is telling me that. That's what a person is trying to learn when they're dating you. So you can't, that's not fair to them that in whatever stage it is in a relationship, if there's no grounds for us to come and make and meet in the middle, that where we can't compromise or we can't, become mutual in this situation. that's so unfair because you wouldn't want the guy to be that way with you when you really felt passionate about something, or it was something that you really felt genuine and sincere that you wanted to share with somebody else, and they was like, nah, I don't want to talk about that shit. No, you would feel some type of way because you're a woman. I know it. I know it. You just focus on right now because you don't have a situation right now, so that's all you're seeing. But at one point in your life, you have wanted to have a relationship. You have wanted to do all these things that I'm speaking on. You've wanted to have a man that you can talk to. You wanted a best friend. So,
yeah, I said this is, and not, well, the
no,
best
no.
friend that I'm looking for is not the
That's not what I'm talking
person.
about. Yeah. I'm not including your post. I'm not even talking about your post. I'm saying, to me, I think your mate or your spouse should be your best friend. One of them anyway. So that's what I'm saying. Then how you gonna have a best friend if you can't talk to them? If every time there's an issue or there's a conflict, you want to walk off and leave. You leaving this situation there and you're not dealing with it. You're sweeping under the rug, so it's still open in the air. But then even more so, you're not dealing with nothing. Communication is so big.
That's fine, but when you know, it just depends on the situation. We talk about, damn, can you let the toilet seat down? That's how I'm delivering.
But see, that goes back to what I just told you. I didn't say how drastic the situation was. I just simply said, how would you invite your mate or your spouse into having that conversation with you, so that y'all can talk about whatever issue it is that's bothering you. But I never said how drastic it was or how big it was, because it may not be a situation that's requiring you to leave or to end a relationship. It just may be something that you two need to discuss because he didn't know he was doing wrong. Just like me, if I just start talking to somebody and I didn't know that this is something that rubs you the wrong way, but I'm being myself. You may not like that I say certain words, you know what I'm saying? But they're part of my vocabulary. They're part of my lingo. And I don't mean no disrespect when I'm saying them, because I'm just used to saying them. They're part of me. So if you be like, hey, I don't really like, then all I can do is respect it and be like, okay, now I know moving forward not to use that when I'm talking to you, because it makes you feel some type of way. You have to respect other people's boundaries. You have to respect their perspective. You have to respect their reality. You know what I'm saying? Communication is key. Hello. Okay. Just saying that they're watching. Yeah, just saying that they're watching. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Just to do a quick recap, we are talking about what you won't do. The old saying is somebody else will. But we want to flip that script and talk about what we asking for, what somebody else really doing. What are we doing on the flip side? You know, what are we asking somebody to do for us? Are we willing to do it ourselves? A lot of times, us ladies will ask a man to do something, but we haven't really checked to see, are we offering that to them as well? Are we giving them the same dish that we want to eat from? You know what I'm saying? We were just talking to Sam, asking
the guinea pig.
She's not the guinea pig, she's my co-host. So I'm going to get her perspective first before I give mine. That's all it is, ain't no guinea pig. But anyway, I asked her if she was in a situation where she wanted to talk to her spouse or her mate, how would she invite them into the conversation so that they can have a level conversation? She can get her point across, still keep their attention, and get some resolution. Sam isn't currently dating. She shared that with us. So her first answer was she's not in the mindset right now to deal with conflict resolution. Is that a good summary?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hallelujah.
Why would I put that mental stress on me?
That's not really a mental stress, because that's just like if you were somewhere and you were in a seminar, and the person who's presenting in the seminar, they ask you to take yourself to a certain spot mentally. Okay? They're asking you to go there with them because they're trying to get somewhere. That's the same thing I'm asking with you. I just want you to go there mentally. I don't want you to go there emotionally. I don't want to take you somewhere that you've been that may have hurt you. I really just want to put you in a situation to think about conflict resolution. How are you resolving problems? And you just kind of basically told us how you would handle a problem in a relationship. You said you would leave. You would end it. You would walk away. It would be over with. To me, that is like so detrimental. That's detrimental in your happiness. And the reason why I say that is because it's almost like the runaway bride. Instead of dealing with what's in front of you, you always picking up them shoes, taking them off your feet, and you running. No, not if
I don't have to deal with this.
But nobody's saying that you have to. Nobody's saying that you have to. But you have some men that are asking you to. They are asking you to deal with certain things because they want to get to know you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't believe it.
You how would you know? If he didn't call you in 2 days, you already done dissed him. You done already.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So you done already dismissed him and got rid of him. You're not giving him a chance to show himself approved. Give him man, I'm telling you, the species of men. Sometimes you gotta give them chance after chance. Some of them.
Strike this.
Some of them. You have to fight. You have to know the
work. Half the time they ain't worth fighting for. You ain't showed me nothing to begin with, so what I'm fighting for?
Okay, but just the smallest things you've already said. You've already chumped them Meduses. You done already put them out.
Fucking up. Why am I dealing with that? You're not even trying to be, even get my attention to make sure.
But we didn't say that. That wasn't part of that scenario. It wasn't. That wasn't part of the scenario. What we were talking about, it was you was in a relationship. Put yourself in the vigorous way. You was in a relationship. You had something you needed to talk to him about. I'm gonna give you one better. You needed to talk to him about you possibly having to move soon because you got problems going in your house. So it's not something big. Yeah, you really nothing to deal with him. But you just may have to stay the night with him for a couple nights because your house is going to be packed up and you have to move because the apartments done found mold. They can put you in another apartment, something like that, okay? And normally when you and him talk about you spending the night at his house, it causes conflict. So you kind of feel like, something might be going on. I'm giving you the whole picture. Something might be going on at his crib because he don't never want me to spend the night. I don't know what it is, something going on, but I need him. This is my man. He come and spend the night in my house all these nights, and he's here all the time. He eat my food. So yeah, I need to know if I can come stay at that crib for a couple nights because I need him to have my back right now. Now, when y'all do talk, he's not really social. He's not really a sociable person. He's real laid back. So everything with him is cool. Whatever you want, he never tells you no. But he don't talk much. How you gonna get that conversation started?
I need to talk to you. I got some stuff that's going on.
Okay. I need to talk to you. I got some stuff that's going on. Oh yeah. but you know what? It's some women that's like that. They become so babyfied when they're talking to a man and everything is just so, I'm just so innocent and so small and so petite. So the way they present themselves is real meek and real childlike. Some men gravitate to that because they like to solve problems for women. They like to feel like that they taking care of baby girl. So with that being said, they like that. But some men, you can't just, here, can you fix this? Some of them you gotta actually, hey, my man, come here. This way. You know what I'm saying? You gotta actually lay it all the way out for him and tell him that this is what's going on. This is what I need from you. You can't even just tell him the problem and expect him to say, well, what do you need me to do?
Me, honestly, would be on the way home, on the phone. Hey, let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
We already talking, so that's nothing that I'm like, hey, I'm scared to tell him, hey, let me tell you what, they got mold in the apartment. I'm going to have to move. I need you to help me move.
Right.
And I need to stay at your crib till I find me something else. Or they going to say it's going to take 2 or 3 days. I just need to stay at your spot for 2 or 3 days and I'm back at the house.
Right.
Damn.
Right. And that's actually a good mode and a good way to go by it. Doing it, when y'all just have y'all normal conversations. If y'all normally talk on your way home from work, that's a good time because a lot of couples do lace their day out on the phone en route to the house.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we get to the house, we're not saying, "Hey, how's your day, baby?"
Yeah.
We
Y'all
on to the
already
next
in it,
thing.
yeah.
Because we done already had the conversation of what we did through the day, or some couples even do the route of when it's happening throughout the day. Man, let me tell you what these people just did at my job. Man, let me tell you man, these people crazy. Okay, So we've known throughout the day. So that the point that I'm making is communication is key to us not having to take this what you won't do route. Okay, so instead of going to what you won't do route, let's talk. Let's communicate. Let's meet in the middle. Hey, you're not doing this for me, and I need it. That don't always work. Let me tell y'all that. Let me tell y'all that. Let me make it clear. Sometimes you have to do it more than one time. And the reason why I say that is because you're going to be with somebody who's routine. You're going to be with somebody who's used and that's comfortable with the way things are. So there's some men out here that are cavemen, and they feel like when a woman is trying to tell them, "Hey, I want this now," that they're trying to change them, or that they don't want to be around somebody else that pour something into them. They're trying to be somebody else, and that's not always the case. People have to realize that with age and time, people change. You know what I'm saying? And wisdom changes people. So, I'm not the same woman I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same woman I was 5 years ago. Probably not even 3 years ago. So with that being said, there are going to be things that I used to like when I was 19, 20 years old, and we was together that long, that I don't like now. And it's my job to tell you that. All the way down to being sexually pleased. Again, some things in a relationship can become routine. And it's not nobody's fault. It's just, okay, come on, let's get it in. All right, I'm going to go cook dinner. Okay, you ready? You coming to bed? All right, I'm going to be there. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So it just becomes routine. And it's not nobody's fault. It's just like, we got to get it in because, we may not be able to do this next a couple days. You know what I'm saying? So those times happen, but y'all got to keep the spark. You got to keep the fire. You got to be creative. Don't always let the man initiate the sex, and men don't always let the woman initiate the sex. Be creative. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there watching TV. Just go sit in front of the TV and take off your clothes. You know what I'm saying? Just like, hey, you don't see me back here? Let me help you out. 2K ain't got nothing on me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You gotta let them know what's up. What?
No, I'm saying
No, but that's for real. Like, you have to keep the spice and things for yourself. And in the case that you are with somebody that's not pleasing you sexually, don't always take the route to go somewhere else. Because a lot of times people don't know they not doing it like you like it. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know. Especially if you sitting there still and ain't no going on. You moaning at a routine. It's the same moan you do every time. Oh, yeah. It's the same thing. So let your spouse or your mate know that, hey, the way we're doing this, let's try something different. Let's bring this in here. Let's work this out. Let's do it this way. Let's see what we can do to make some things change. Be direct. I agree. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, what you have to say?
On what end?
I mean, what we just were talking about.
Well, going back to what you won't do, like you said, that's the same thing as the grass not always green on the other side.
Yeah. It look green. It be that plastic grass.
The plastic grass.
You can pick up and take with you.
But guess what? When they leave, they always try to come back.
Always, because it wasn't greener.
It never was.
It looked like that through the binoculars and through the whole of the field, but you got over there, it was just that one patch of green.
Yeah.
Around a whole bunch of dead grass and old just flowers and dead just dirt and just grass growing around.
They had a filter.
Yeah.
They had a filter on that grass. So you just have to. When it comes to that, like I said, you just gotta watch your tongue and how you say and talk to people. And you gotta be respectful in both ways. And just, like I said, just respect each other, whatever y'all be doing.
Yeah. In some cases, the person that you're dating can make that hard. Reason being is because you can be all for
a perfect patty. You can be a perfect patty for somebody,
I wasn't gonna say
and
that.
they will still disrespect.
I don't want no perfect patty.
And do it. Well, just
because perfect
make you
patty
happy.
gonna make me be like, say, man, I told you going on. I said I could mess up.
Make whatever. Hey, I'm gonna make you happy. Whatever you got, I got you.
I don't want them. Because you're not gonna always be able to make me happy. Like a man who waits on me hand and foot. Like to me, it's like, okay, now I can't deal with you. I can't. Not all the time. Like sometimes have a backbone. Tell me no. Like I don't want a yes man. I don't. I want somebody that's gonna tell me like, baby, we're not doing that tonight. I'm like, but baby, I really want to go. Like, baby, I said we're not going tonight. I may go over there and throw my little pout tantrum for a little bit, but I'm gonna respect him because he laid down the law. That's a man. He laid down the law. We ain't going nowhere tonight. We ain't kicking it like that. We ain't going out. We're gonna stay in the house, go in there, put a movie on or something. Or, cook us something to eat because we ain't nowhere.
No, I ain't gonna act right.
Because I feel like you can still have a man that's gonna do things for you, but still be a man, and like that's what I want. I want that testosterone. I don't want somebody who's always chasing behind me, doing everything I tell him to do. Do something just because you wanted to, and not because I'm. What do you need now, baby? What do you
no. I mean, just
to me, that's a perfect patty.
To follow, like, if you're talking about something, when I was a kid, I used to want one of these, and then they just bust out with a present for your birthday or something.
No, that's a man that's paying attention to me.
Yeah,
that's being attentive. That's a different. When you say perfect patty, I'm thinking a person who can't never do nothing wrong. Like Patty, perfect Patty. Patty do everything right. Patty don't mess up. Patty, I don't want that. I'm not perfect, so I don't want no perfect person. I don't want that. It would be nice, but I don't want a robot. I don't want somebody that I control. I don't want somebody who just pacify. I can pacify everything I tell him to do. They just do it. I want him to do it because he wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? If he don't want to do it, I want him to tell
you to do it.
But that's the point.
I should have to tell you to do it.
You cannot battery operate a person. You cannot turn them and turn the thing in the back of their back and make them do what you want them to do. It just don't work like that. We can think all day long of what we want in a man, and he can think the same way about a woman. You won't want no man screwing nothing behind your back and telling you how to walk, how to dress, how to get out here, how you can't, who to hang with. You wouldn't want that. So you have to, That's what I'm saying. So you have to think about that from the other way. You can't make a man think the way you want him to think, but you can present things to him that changes his way of thinking. Let me say that again because that was good. We cannot control the way a man thinks, but we can present things to him to change the way he thinks, change his interacting. So with that being said, you may be dealing with a man that's from the streets. He don't know how to wine and dine. He ain't never did that. He didn't have a mama. Nobody taught him how to wine and dine. You don't have to deal with it. This ain't just for you. But in that case, you may have to tell him, you got to come pick me up and take me out to eat. We're not going to McDonald's. We're not gonna pull up and go back to the spot. You're gonna come. I ain't gonna even make sure to wear a suit, but at least dress like we're going somewhere. And you're gonna take me somewhere. We're gonna go eat. You have to teach some people how to treat you. That's just period. Everybody's not gonna come straight out the box, ready, operated to do what you want them to do in a relationship. It don't work like that. That's what the whole thing of getting to know someone is about. That's what the dating is. And if they can't,
people don't date. They go straight to having sex and staying with each other.
Some people, yes, but those again, this is like gonna be my rule of thumb all 2021. You control what comes in your environment. You control what goes between your legs. You control what stays in your house. So just because a man approaches you, don't mean that that's the man for you. Just because he shoot at you or take his shot, don't mean you got to respond. You get to the beautiful thing about being a woman is we get to determine and dictate what we allow in our space. We get to choose. So with that being said, it ain't always got to be about sex unless we choose that route. It's a self-thought. It ain't nobody else making you do that but you. If I want to take the route, it would be nobody making me do it but me. So with that being said, that's a self-affliction. That's something that women or men are doing to themselves. If you're always in a relationship where you're looking up and all it is sex and moving in and then they're gone, then that's something that you're doing to yourself. So then you have to say, Do they like this, or are they hindering themselves and don't care? You have to.
Sometimes it could be a mental illness or traumatization or something like that. It just
Mm,
depends, because there's people that will date or they meet somebody, and the first day they meet them, they talking about marriage. They talking about what they want, a house, they want a husband, they would do. He's
well,
like,
that's because
damn,
they're
I just
saying.
met you. I thought we was just kicking it real quick,
But that's not necessarily, because if you ask me what am I looking for, what I want, and I tell you that I'm looking for marriage, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that you're the person that I'm gonna marry, but you ask me what am I looking for, and I'm telling you what it is in my or what I want. So that doesn't necessarily mean that because I say it, then I'm insinuating that you're gonna be the person that I need to
I
marry.
heard somebody that got ran off like that.
Nah, that ain't
A
happening.
guy told me that somebody did that to them.
Nah, and some people can be. Okay, I'm not gonna say that they can't happen that way, or that a woman finally meet a dude that she been trying to shoot at for a long time. The first thing she talk about is marriage, but at the same time, some people can misperceive people really, really badly. And I've even seen that, where people will take your words, they'll twist them, they'll put their own definition on what it's supposed to mean. You know what I'm saying? And be like, hey, I wasn't even going that far with you. You left me. I'm back here. You know what I'm saying? But they took it and ran with it. And sometimes that could be the case where a man can be so tight around the collar. You just talking about commitment, and he already seeing the
sweat beads.
Yeah, he's saying the whole thing. The white dress, the suit, my mama. He ready to take off. And I'm just talking to you about, hey, let's be monogamous. Let's just work on you and I for a little bit. Let's just close out on the world to see what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they make them a little tighter around the collar. So it just depends. But I say that to say everybody has to be ready at their own pace. So what you have to work on, if you're not successfully finding people that are equally yoked to you, or that are not meshing well, y'all are not clicking or whatever when y'all are dating, then you have to start, like I've said before, make you a list. I'm telling you, them lists work, man. Because the more you look at your list, the more you done narrow down what it is you want from a person. You're going to smell it from a mile away. I'm telling you. You're going to be like, hey, look at this. And it's going to become funny. She making fun of me all the time because I'll entertain it just for the pleasure of me. Just for the jokes. Just for the laugh. Just for the scorn. Like, girl, let me tell you what they just said. She's not like that. But me, I will allow them to come because I know I'm not going to talk to them. It happens all night long. They will come, they will say what they want, and then they'll go there, and they'll watch me from afar. So they done already, that's how I know they plotting. If you've been sitting over there all this time, every time I look up, you looking at me, I look at you, you looking at me. Oh yeah, they're coming. They're coming. They're coming. They coming. I know they're coming. So when they do come to me, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, okay. And I let them go about their business. If I want to talk to you, you're going to know it. I'm going to talk to you. So you get to control who gets in your space. Okay? What you want to do? Will somebody else really do it? Let's talk about nastiness. I got to go there. Because we may be asking people to do things loyalty-wise. Hey, you can't sleep with nobody else. You belong to me. You my girl. This what we doing. You know what I'm saying? And so you out here thinking that y'all living in a perfect relationship and everything is cool and you being faithful. You ain't doing nothing wrong. And you just constantly keep hearing about the person that you dating always with somebody else. Sleeping with them, getting caught on videos, just everything you name it under the sun. Facebook done seen more of your dude than you have. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with that being said, you can't keep asking from somebody what you're not willing to do. If you're not willing to be faithful, then tell them, don't put somebody in a predicament where you make them think that they're in a relationship. That's not really what you want. Be grown about it. Be real about it, because you wasting people's time. You damaging them. Just call a spade a spade. You're damaging them. So yeah, be real. It ain't nothing wrong with being single. And if you choose to be single and play the field, that's your personal prerogative. Nobody's gonna knock you for it, because at the end of the day, that's your life. You control that. But if you want to be in a relationship and you want to have someone, then stop telling people, "Hey, I want you to be mine," or "I'm in love with you." You know, those type of things.
Knowing dang well.
No, what? knowing after you get through texting, hitting send on my message, you probably finna send something similar to somebody else.
I'm on my way.
You know what I'm saying? You hitting the chick up and making her feel like she the one, but then if she can't come through, it's 3 more. You know what I'm saying? I actually heard some lyrics in the song where you'll hit me up, and if I can't come through, you already hitting somebody else to see if they can come through. And men seem to think that we don't know that. That we ain't smart enough to think like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I didn't come through. He definitely went to somebody else. That's what we call community. What, ladies? Okay. Oh. 2 steps. That's when we got us some community. So that's another aspect of asking somebody to do something that we're not willing to do. Hey, Shalonda. So, that's something else we want to consider also is our loyalty. If we're not being loyal to someone else, how can we ask them to be that? And hey, if some people see that in your character, that you always lying, that you're not loyal, then they're not going to give you what you're asking for. So, hey, what they won't do, nobody else probably will, because you're not a loyal person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's another reason to check the mirror, check to see what you got going on with self. What you think?
I agree.
You agree? All right, so we're going to take one more scenario before we get ready to wrap up today. We're just checking comments. I pray all is well with you, Shalonda. So let's talk about, we hit loyalty. I kind of want to go like finance ways, but okay, so yeah, let's go there. So finances. A lot of times we quick to do this. As long as the person is buying us stuff, taking care of us, doing what we want, we never complain, right? You actually have some people that still complain. You actually have some women or some men that get everything that they want from their spouse. Spouse is cooking, cleaning, washing, then tricking off money to you all the time. Yeah. And you still out doing wrong, or you still are not satisfied, or you didn't want the crease this deep, you just wanted a light crease. You know, it's always something. There's no pleasing you. And in that case, when you're that anal or you're that OCD, sometimes it's going to be hard to please you. It's going to be hard for a person to ever really satisfy you. You're never really satisfied with yourself. So how can someone else really please you, because everything is not perfect enough, straight enough, or angled enough for you? So it's almost like a never-ending race, because a person is always striving to please you, and they never really can fully do that because
you don't want to be pleased.
There we go. As much as you say you do, nothing is ever good enough for you. Nothing is ever good enough for you. You're striving for a perfection that you're never going to attain, if that makes sense. So we have people that will get their money and hold on to it.
Oh, but once you spend yours.
Yeah, expect the spouse to spend all their money, and things like that. And you can't go no relationship doing that. You can't go to any relationship and think that it's gonna always be give. And I'm gonna tell you something I learned over the years. Is some people actually look at that off the rip. What do you do naturally? Did you just do it because we somewhere and you was in front ordering, so you pulled out your card, to pay? Or every time we go somewhere, then you kind of hold on to yours to see if I'm gonna pull out my card first. You have people that look at those kind of things because that lets them know your character. You know what I'm saying? Let's both be pulling them out at the same time. Like, oh, you got it. I got it this time. You got it. You sure? I got it. Now don't worry about it. I got it this time. Let me do this. So you know what I'm saying? It just depends on y'all's friendship or y'all's relationship or the level that y'all have. The respect that y'all have for one another, because you're not going to use nobody you respect. You're going to have a conscience, you know what I'm saying? You're going to feel bad. You're going to be like, let me make sure I'm putting in my weight in this situation so it's balanced. You don't ever want a person to feel like they're giving more than you are. That's in anything. That's in a relationship. That's with
Commitment.
your friendships.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's dealing with two people, give and take. Because that weighs down on people. It drains them. Some people won't always speak up and say, hey, that bothers me, but it does. So, with that being said, let's always be mindful of that as well. That if we never want to ask somebody to do something that we're not willing to do in return. All right, so we're gonna get ready to wrap up, everybody. I hope that what we discussed today was pretty good. We really went thoroughly into this. We had different cases and scenarios. Most importantly, what we always ask everybody to do is work on communication, work on your direct dialogue with whatever person that you're dating or married to. Um, think of creative ways to communicate. If you know you're dealing with an introvert versus an extrovert, try to find ways to make that work to where you both can get your points across without it becoming a combat, without becoming so much friction. If y'all got to do it while y'all in the shower, hey babe, I really had to tell you today. You have to find what way it's going to work for you guys, so that you can still release. A lot of times, like we started off saying, we release to the wrong people. We vent to the wrong people. We vent to people that can't do anything to resolve our issues. And so we go back to those issues and we become more frustrated because we've released them to somebody and expressed that emotion off of it. But at the same time, it's not resolved. So now we're even more angrier about it and more passionate about it because we're talking about it more and we're saying it more, but we're not doing anything about it. So that's what I want y'all to work on this week. I guarantee, now that I brought this up, something's going to happen in your week where you're going to have to work on conflict resolution. You're going to have to work on, am I doing what I'm asking my mate to do? You have to look in that mirror and self-evaluate and ask yourself, well, what I want from them, am I willing to give in return? Okay? You have any closing remarks? No. No. All right, Facebook. All right, world. All right, YouTube. You be sure to continue following us. We're definitely seeing the growth. Oh my gosh, our viewers are taking off. We finally hit 2K on Facebook on our viewers. So guys, please keep sharing. Let your people know, hey man, these ladies are talking about some good stuff related to everyday life, related to relationships. Book is coming out next month. So you guys, I'm just excited about that. But hey, follow us on YouTube at Try It with Jazzy Red. Also follow us on Instagram at Try It with Jazzy Red as well. We're also on Facebook at But Have You Tried It For Yourself. I'm Jazzy Red.
And I'm Yellow Baby.
And keep trying it for yourself.